So I chose Fearless Fit Apparel number 1. Looks like a cool site, and I think I can help out. So what I'm going to do, a little background on me. I learned SEO just by trial and error. So I'm going to take you through pretty much my manual process I go through. I don't use many tools. I kind of look through the website manually and mainly just take you through what I do. And also, if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. I'll be checking it periodically. But it's sometimes a boring process, but needs to be done if you want to try to rank organically. Now, I heard some people asking, what is SEO? SEO is trying to rank in the free section of Google. So you have pay-per-click, which is at the top and the right-hand side of the screen, and then you have organic, which is the free section. There's no real written rules on how to rank. A lot of people give their opinions, but Google doesn't really tell you what works and what doesn't. And some of the things that Google said they don't want you doing actually work, so it's kind of a trial by error thing. Let me make sure this is recording. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here's the site we're going to go through here. Now, the one tool that I do use, it's a paid tool, it's called SEMrush. So I mainly use that for keyword research. It gives a lot of data. So say we just type in a website here. You'll see it shows, which their graphs aren't very accurate, but it kind of gives you an idea on what the traffic's looking like. And then it will show your top organic keywords. So this tool is great for keyword research and also for, you can find out some things about your competitor, about the competition, right? Okay, I see you there, Spike, and I see you, Glenn. Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, so first thing, normally what I do, I don't really have a structure when I go through a website. I kind of just poke around. So normally what I look at first, let's check. So we got up here, if you notice on the toolbar, https://url.com. I normally will toss in here www, see if the page pops up or not, which it does here. So now this can cause a duplicate content issue. Normally what we'll want to do is 301 redirect the URL to one or the other. 301 means you just tell the search engine so only one pops up. So if you typed in www, it would automatically redirect to the other. Now if you look in the code though, it's probably, the other option is you have your canonical URL in here, which this tells Google the URL without the www in front of it is the one to use. Normally I prefer doing a 301 redirect, but they say this also works too. So I check that first thing. Then we always want to check if you have a sitemap, which we have one here. This one looks a little weird. Let's take a peek. Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so what an XML sitemap is. You always want to have one of those on your website. They're pretty easy to create. This is a Shopify site, so it should automatically create it, or you can just click a button and it will create. What that is, you have an XML sitemap, and you should also have a Google Search Console or Google Webmasters account set up. What you do with this is what tells Google the pages on your website. So you also want to make sure, let's take a look. You want to make sure you only have stuff in there that you want. Like you don't want your privacy or terms and conditions, stuff like that in your sitemap. You guys hear me all right? Someone put in the chat that everything's streaming fine here, if you don't mind. So that's the blogs. Yeah, so I mean, these look decent. Yeah, mainly I just kind of scroll through, see what kind of things are in here. It looks like products and just the images, which is good. Those are pages we want indexed. So then what I'll do here is I'll hop over into Google Webmasters. And if you notice here, here's a good tip for everyone watching. When you're setting up Google Webmasters, you have to know you have to put in exactly how your website is. For example, we went through this earlier whenever I was looking through the site and getting all the access. Notice right here, it's wait for it to load here. All right, you'll notice it's www up in this toolbar here. Whenever we try to fetch it, it shows redirected. Okay, that's saying we have the wrong website in our profile. So we just set a new one up today with the HTTPS. And normally this will show you crawl errors, search analytics, like where you're populating, all that kind of stuff. This one, we just created it today, so it's new, and it's also a new website. But normally, what you're going to want to do, you hop in here, click Add Test Sitemap. This is where your XML sitemap goes. So if you notice right here, sitemap.xml, yours might be, if you're using WordPress, it might be sitemap_XML, different things like that. But we toss it in here, we test it. Okay, it shows 4 children in a sitemap, which is good. You can also take each URL manually and put it in, which I prefer to do sometimes. But see, it'll show 31 pages submitted, 30 images submitted. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to toss the sitemap in here and submit. Then you're going to refresh the page. All right, so what that is, we just submitted all of our URLs. Oh, okay, audio and video is good. Yeah, we just submitted all the URLs. It takes a day or two for them to see it, and then they should know what our pages are. While we're in Webmasters 2, normally I'll go in here and fetch as Google, which I did this earlier today. So what this is, you go up here, we'll do it right now to show you how it works. So you click this fetch and render. What that does, that fetches all the code and also renders it to show you how Google sees your page versus how a user sees your page. What we're trying to establish here is they're going to show us 2 screenshots of the home page or any page, whatever URL you put in. We want them to look the same. We want Google to see what a user sees on your website. So now, if we look here, this is how Googlebot saw the page. This is how visitor sees the page. All right, so now notice right here your free domestic shipping not showing on here. So if we scroll down here, that's not even showing everything on the right side. Yeah, and how Google sees your page, that's not good. So that's something we may want to address. So here's what we'll do. Let's screenshot it. And normally when I do a website audit, I'll just open up a Word document. Like I just go through things. I don't really have any rhyme or reason. I just kind of poke through the site. So I'll just put them in order. So Google Webmasters. Then I'll just drop them in here. And I'll just make a list of everything we see. Alright, so anyway, so if you go down here, it's going to show you, looks like an easy fix. It looks like it will show you the URL, the type, why it's not populating. This is blocked. Medium severity, your robot's text file is blocking it. And that's for the cart. So normally what we'll go through, which I'm not going to do right now, but we'll go through all these URLs and see which ones are blocked and diagnose what we need to do to fix it, because we need both of these to look the same. We need the Googlebot to see exactly what the website is, the code, everything. All right. So that's where we're at on that one. Let's see. All right, so let's go back to the website. We're just going to poke around here. So it's a nice looking website. I do notice on Shopify, there's a couple issues there too, like quick view's not popping up an image. But if you take a look at the code, this page has 4,602 lines of code. And I noticed on the Shopify, this quick view, yeah, image is not working there also. We'll screenshot that. Okay. So that's just minor stuff. Well, not really minor, but anyways, I was talking about the code. I noticed that the quick view here adds a ton of code to the page. So, which, let me see here. We're going to check the page speed. Okay, so now another thing I always check in the beginning when working on a site too. Go to Google Page Speed Tools, pop in the URL. We'll see how fast the load time is. Normally we're shooting for 90 and above, and it rates on a scale of 100. So it'll be look for 90, 91, anything like that. Okay, so we see the mobile version is a 65 out of 100, and it gives you recommendations on what to fix. Like it will tell you in here. I'm not a developer, but these are usually pretty simple fixes. So the mobile 65, desktop's not as bad, 79. Still could use a little bit of work. So we'll toss that down here. Alrighty, so then back where we were. Okay, now normally on a home page or any page on a website, you have to weigh user experience, and we always want to focus on user experience. We want to make the page as relevant as possible for what we're targeting. Google reads text. So if we have a bunch of images on a page and not much text, there's not much for them to read, I guess you'd say. Normally, I recommend on all sites, we'll say most sites, to have content on the page also. Just because if you look at this page, let's scroll up to the top. All right, so if you look at this page, here's what you're looking at. You got your title tag. That's what pops, that's what searches in, I'll show you. Alright, so this right here, that's your title tag. It's not visible to the user when they're on your website. It's for search engine. So we have fearless fitness apparel there. Right here, same thing. Then we have your meta description, premium fitness apparel, gym wear for the fearless. It's right there. So you can optimize and change those. Normally, there's two benefits of doing it. Number one is click-through rate, which means if you have something decent that makes people want to click in your meta description, you're more likely to get people to click through to your site. And also we use it for SEO purposes, so targeting specific keywords. So that's what they are. We'll come back to that. And then we have OG description. That's what pops up in social. But if we're looking for content, see, this is all code. So like when a Google bot's crawling or any search engine, this is what they're seeing. They're seeing like brand athlete. But normally what I will do, or I recommend, is not to take away from user experience. You keep all of this the same at the top of the site. You have your categories, your products, free shipping, and then sometimes down in this area or down below the fold, we'll put in, say, 200-300 words of content optimized for whatever keyword phrase we're trying to target on the homepage. So with that, so we're just trying to put something in and also help the visitor also, but that is for SEO purposes there. So we'll take a screenshot. Like somewhere around there. You want to make it look like it's supposed to be there. Okay, so normally I'll poke around the site for a minute, then we'll get into keyword research. These Shopify's too, they always show collections. I mean, normally I would want to change that to something that benefits us. Let's see what the products are. Well, I don't even really see a reason to have collections in there. If we could remove it, what do you think? I won't be able to say until we do the keyword research. Like what I'm thinking is you'd have fearlessfitapparel.com/ men's gym clothes or something that I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, and then add the t-shirts. So we'll come back to that. Yeah, because it has men's too. I don't know. That's a structure. Okay, now here's something I see too. Normally I'd want to clean these URLs up. I got crazy long, collections unnecessary, products unnecessary. Copy of. We'll get into that in a bit too. Okay, so number one, I'm just poking around, looking at the URLs, seeing what the structure's like on the site. We'll take a little bit of content. If you stick content in quotes in Google, it'll show you if there's duplicate content. So we have duplicate content. There's not much that's on your site that's good. I saw one earlier. I'll have to see if I can find it. It was a good example for you guys to see. Okay, Brandon asked, do you recommend that content to be about the product or a description of your business? If you're it depends on what page you're talking about for content. We need content on whatever page it is that's going to help whoever comes to that page. So if it's your home page, it depends. I mean, it could be about your products. It could be about the business. It could be a mixture. Think about if you went to the website, what's going to help you understand a little bit more about that business and want to conduct business with them. I don't know if that answers your question or not. Dinky, the question is, so you mark notes through the whole process for tips they need to change? Yes. Yeah, normally when I do an audit, I'll have a document open and I will, number one, go through and just put all my notes in there. Then we'll put recommendations on what needs changed. And then we'll have a one-on-one and talk and go through it to try to get the problems rectified. Spike says, how much flexibility do you have with Shopify's code regarding SEO? Mediocre. Shopify is closed source versus an open source. Closed source means you're limited in the source code. The main components are closed versus open source is custom. You can do whatever you want. For SEO purposes on Shopify, they're pretty decent. You can't get into the real nitty-gritty part of the database, but they're not bad. For SEO purposes, we can get into titles, meta descriptions, content, somewhat into the URL structure, stuff like that. So they're, I'd say 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, somewhere around there. And Brandon says, homepage 200 to 300 words. Yeah, I mean, there's no real number. Write what you need to. But we'll get into the content a little bit. It'll probably make a little bit more sense on what we need to do for content. Okay, so let's just check a couple pages for duplicate content. All right, here's duplicate content. We have 83 results. Here, we pulled this content from the unisex jogger, sweatpants, gray black. I just snagged this first sentence here. Copy, paste it, put it in the search engine. 83 results. We have Instagram, our website, Mode US Apparel, bodybuilding.com, a photo place, eBay, Body Space, that's a forum, Instagram. Okay, so I don't know if everyone knows what unique content is versus duplicate content. Unique content is words or your text on the website that's unique. You pretty much wrote it out of your head. It's nowhere else on the web. It's unique content. It's unique to your website. Duplicate content is content that's duplicate, like we have here. We have the same exact phrase on Instagram, your website, Mod US Apparel, and different websites. They have the same content. So think about it when a search engine's crawling a website. They're crawling all these different websites. There's only one spot for every keyword in the search engine. There's only one. So if you have the same content as your competitor, how does Google, you're competing against, or even better yet, what if you have the same content on 2 of your pages? If you have the same content on 2 of your pages, you're competing against yourself versus optimizing each one for something specific. If you have the same content on as your competitors, all you're doing, how does Google going to rate relevance on who is more relevant for the search engine? Say, for example, I see a lot of drop shippers, they just download a feed into their website. So there's hundreds of websites out there that will have the same title tag, same meta description, same body content, same images, same exact everything. If you have 300 different websites, or maybe even 1,000, whatever it is, that all have the same content, who gets to be number one? They're all exactly the same. So then the search engine will look at different variables like site authority, different things like that. But my point is, there's no reason to have duplicate content on your website, because why compete if, say, you're in drop shipping or any of those types of businesses, or even like this, that a couple people have the same descriptions? Write a unique one. Let all those guys compete with the duplicate content and make your site stand out. Like, have your own unique content, optimize it. It's unique to your website, and it will help search rankings. Well, it should. Okay, so we have duplicate content issues. We'll just drop this in as an example. Okay. All right, so let's go into keyword research, because I think that's what we need to do next. So here's what I normally have a client do. I have them send me over details, what the goals are on a website. Obviously, this one's going to be branding and sales. And from their point of view, what do they think the customer, the website owner, what do you believe your target audience will type into the search engine to find a business like you? So here's the list that I got. We have fitness clothing, fitness apparel, gym clothing, gym apparel, gym wear, fitness shirts, and about 10 other phrases, which you can see them right here. So what I start to do with keyword research, what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for keywords that have volume, which means people looking for them every month. Plus also I'm looking at the competition. How many people are ranking for that phrase? So when third, like, we'll start with these keywords and we'll branch out. We're looking for that gem in the rough that generates decent traffic with low enough competition that we can compete, being this is a new website. So say we look at fitness clothing. Okay, there's 306 phrase match keywords. And this is why I like SEM Rush. It's real easy to use. Like, you can get a lot of data in a short period of time. All right, so we have fitness clothing, 2,900. Fitness clothes, 26 or 1,600. So normally what I'll do is say we do fitness clothing, which is going to be competitive. All right, we have 1.8 million results. Pretty competitive. But normally what I'm going to do, which I did a lot of it ahead of time, just to save time for you guys watching. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through, pull the keywords out and put them in Excel, like cheap fitness clothing. Let's see what that is. All right, cheap fitness clothes, which isn't what we're targeting here. 12,500 results. Now that makes me think of something else too. What we're looking for in keywords, we're not only looking for keywords. There's different types of keywords out there. You have informational, which is people searching. Think about when you're online and searching for something. If you're looking for information, you're typing in certain things. Then you have transactional keywords, which cheap fitness clothes probably is. And then we want to look at keywords that are relevant. So say even if we could rank for cheap fitness clothes, that's not the audience we want to target. So if they're looking for cheap fitness clothes, they come to our website, and they see our clothes aren't cheap, they bounce. They leave the website. So ideally what we're looking for is keywords that we can rank for, and also get in front of the right people searching for us, if that makes sense. But for this example though, cheap fitness clothes, low competition. We could probably rank for that. Alright, men's fitness clothing. That is what we're looking for. 109,000, not super bad. So normally I'll toss that in my keyword document. Men's fitness clothing. 320 volume. Fitness clothing online, 210. And normally what I do, I don't check the competition. I just kind of go through here and mainly collect data. Sometimes I do it manually. SEMrush also lets you export out into Excel, which is nice, but I don't really like exporting in Excel because then you get this garbage. Which some of it's not. I mean, I'll show you the kind of garbage I'm talking about. Normally I'll go down to like 100, something like that. And their volume's not accurate. I found it shows like 30% of what happens in the real world. It just gives me a good gauge on like what kind of keywords we want to target. Okay, so Live Fit Apparel, I think that's a competitor. Fitness Apparel. What do you guys think? Is this the kind of stuff you were wondering about, or is there other stuff you want to cover also? Yeah, Spike, they're monthly search numbers. Spike asked, are these monthly search numbers? I said, yeah. So say, for example, this one's showing fitness apparel is 3,600. It's probably really 36,000. Ballpark. Mine's videos, I'm not sure what you're asking. So like even discount stuff, I'll toss it in just so we have it. Any questions on the keyword research here? Whoops. All right, now check this out. So while we're doing the keyword research, if we look at the code on the home page, we're targeting fitness apparel. So that's a decent keyword. Guessing pretty competitive. Yeah, real competitive. Okay, so. Alright, check this out. Gym clothes, which I believe is similar or the same thing that we're trying to target, just different word. Alright, fitness apparel, 3,600 volume. Gym clothes, 6,600. Let me see here. Alright, so check this out. If we target fitness apparel, 1.8 million results. Gym clothes, 422,000 results. Way less competition, almost double the volume. Hey Brandon, quick question for you if you're still in here. Gym clothes, is that the same thing you're trying to target? Like gym clothes, fitness apparel is the same thing. Am I right? Michael Ponce. Yeah, we will be getting into Google Analytics. Michael wanted to know, what about Google Analytics? Yeah, we will be jumping into that in a minute here. Okay, I'll wait for him to respond. I'm pretty sure gym clothing's going to be our target audience here. So we got gym clothes for men, 2,400 search volume. Out of curiosity, let's check it out. All right, 246,000, even lower competition. And that has 2,400 volume. All right, Brandon said, yeah, gym clothes, fitness apparel, so we're on the right track. Gym clothes for women, 1,600. Women's probably more competitive, I'm guessing, due to just being clothes for women. They're not super bad, but still 500,000. All right, now look at this. Look, this is a big difference. You need to research when you're doing your website. The difference from ranking gym clothes, plural, to gym clothing, singular, 1,300 to 6,600. Most people think, it's not that big a difference. Look at the difference in volume here. I mean, it's like 4 times the traffic. Yeah, Brandon asked, but gym clothes more broad term. Maybe. I don't know yet. Yeah, it might be more broad. It depends. I mean, if it's still pretty targeted and it's broader, getting a lot more people to the site if you can rank for it. All right, so gym clothes for women. And gym clothing, kind of competitive. Let's see what this is. Now look at this, men's gym clothes, 38,000. That is almost exactly what we're targeting there. So 38,000, we could probably get there with a new site. That is 1,000 month volume. All right, cool. So normally I'm not going to take you guys all the way through it. It normally takes me 5 or 6 hours going through this. I mean, you can see it's kind of time consuming. But what I'll do, all you're doing here, use common sense. Like you'll go through here. If you see something that's decent, branch off it. So gym clothes for men. Find all the variations that work for gym clothes for men, which in this case is only 8. Goes from 2,400 to 260. Look at that drop too. There's the same thing. Clothes or clothing. Yeah, we'll put that one in there just because. So what I'll go through and I'll go through. Normally I get a list of about 300 or 400 keywords. We go through them and then we start picking and assigning them to pages on the website. So here's what I did ahead of time, just so you guys didn't have to sit through all this. I went and got 3 competitors. So say he gave me, here's a competitor, Live Fit Apparel. If we want to find out what they're doing, how they're ranking, we can get an idea right here in SEMrush. Oh, we gotta do domain overview. Okay, Michael Plant says, my next question, if your competition is going through the same process and using keywords at the footer of a page, would it be smart to also check their sites? Yeah, that's actually what we're checking here. We don't even need to look at the footer. This is, here, I'll show you. All right, so here, we'll give you an idea of what their organic traffic is like. So this is what their website, they're kind of crushing it on a nice incline here over since 2014. So we picked up 2015, got a huge spike. And then it also shows us here the top organic keywords, 1,155. And then it will show us where they rank for these keywords and their prior position. So it might have been 30 days ago or not. So Live Fit, these are brand. Let's see, black joggers, generic term. They rank 27. They did rank 46. That has 12,000 search volume. Decent keyword. If they can get that up on page 1, that would be nice. Sweat shorts, 29. Looks like they have a pretty strong brand. Like red baseball jersey, they rank 13. But anyways, this will show you everything about your competition. Not everything, but you'll get an idea what they're doing. It will also show you the main competition if they're doing pay-per-click, which they're not. Also, depending on where everyone's located, you can switch countries up here too. Like say you're in Canada or wherever you are. You can search through your search engine there. Alright, let's see if any of these guys are doing pay-per-click, because that's good to know. Nope. Any vape smokers out there? Picked up a vape about 2 years ago, quit smoking. Alright, so it doesn't look like anything we're really doing pay-per-click. But anyway, so what I did, I went in here earlier and exported all of their keywords. So this is Live Fit Apparel. So I just dropped them all in a list. I pulled the first 500. Alpha Athletic, same thing. Pull them all out. Alpha Clothing. Pull them all out, put them in a list. And then what I did is I took them, merged them all together, removed the duplicates, and put them in order. So let's see here, like Pink Panther, that kind of stuff, garbage keyword. Normally I'll just take it, drop it out. But that's what I mean, you get garbage keywords whenever you mass download. But what this does, this gives us a good list on, okay, they're ranking for gym clothes. Let's see which one it was. Hope I didn't pull that. Let's see. Alpha Clothing. Guys, have any questions on a keyword research, or you get it? I'm going to take that as no questions. Alright, so let's see what Alpha Clothing. Let's see what number they're ranking. Okay, Brandon says, my question to you would be, should you rank higher on more specific terms? Or rank higher on broad terms to get searched a lot more? I don't know what you're asking, really. If you're asking, should you focus on broad terms or long tail terms? I would say you want to focus on both. Reason for that too. If you're gonna pick between, like, normally the way, okay, think about it like this. Say you're Nike's website. Just for an example, I don't know if Nike does this or not, but it's a good example here. Say you're selling shoes. You have Nike's website. So the homepage talks about selling shoes, Nike shoes. The first click into the first landing page is going to be Nike men's shoes. The next click in after Nike men's shoes is going to be Nike men's black shoes. So on the homepage, we're targeting Nike shoes. On the men's landing page, it's going to be Nike men's shoes, and on the long tail page, it's going to be Nike men's black shoes. So what that does for the user is, if your home page you're trying to rank for Nike shoes, it's broad. If someone's searching Nike shoes or just shoes in general, we want them to go to the home page, because their search was too broad. We can't send them to a specific page. If they're searching for Nike shoes for men or Nike men's shoes, we want the men's page to rank in the search engine and direct them to that specific page, not your home page, because they've already shown intent that they want men's shoes. They don't need to go to your home page because it's an extra click through your website and they may leave or get confused on navigation or whatever. So the easiest thing for the user is, if we can optimize the Nike men's shoes to rank for Nike's men's shoes, people go there, they found what they're looking for, there's a higher likelihood they're going to buy. If they're searching for Nike men's black shoes, we want to do the same thing on the Nike men's black shoes page, send them directly to that page. We're going to try to get that page to rank, so that's where they go. They're already on the page that solves what they were searching for, and there's a higher likelihood for them to buy. Don't know if that makes sense, but we want each page, we want your home page to be broad, and every click into the website to get more relevant or longer tail or more specific, whatever you want to call it, so that whenever someone searches whatever they're looking for, we want that page to pop up, not different pages. We want everything to be relevant. Let me know if that did not answer your question, but I think it did. Okay, so anyways, we see here Alpha Clothing is ranking number 17 for gym clothes. So let's see what they're doing. So we'll go down to page 2. Let's see where they are. Alright, here they are. Alright, so notice, this is their homepage. They're trying to rank for gym clothes because it's in the title. But it's not in the meta description. Their meta description's, note so you guys know, if you ever see this ... it means your meta description's too long. Or same in the title, this title tag's too long. So normally what we want to do if we want to target gym clothes here, it would be in the title and meta description, plus also the body content. Okay, Brandon. Brandon says, makes sense. So how would we go for on his site, even though he's a very small fish in a big pond? Nice thing is online, there's big fish, but it's more of an even playing field. You don't have to compete with the big corporations with overhead. Everyone can compete. So we're going to optimize your website the same as we would a bigger website. I mean, it is what it is. We're going after, that's what you sell is what you sell. Spike says, how many times should a specific target keyword be mentioned on its page? I don't know, 3 maybe. I don't know, whatever's natural. Normally, it depends on how much content we write. I usually just try to work that phrase in naturally in the content that I'm writing. So, say 3 to 4 pages in the body content. Well, actually, let's jump into content writing here real quick. We'll make a template. You know what, guys? I gotta hop up real quick. I'm gonna put a commercial break on for you. Let's see here. Nice, huh? Nice. Okay, back to business here. Thank you. I figured you'd like that. Okay, so title tags. What we have when we're writing body content, we have a title tag, meta description, H1 tag, and then body content. Okay, so normally, title tag, normally I will first letter of each word. Okay, so normally what I do in a title tag, which you notice most of the people probably do, some don't, well, they did too except for the F. Like notice the first letter of each word is capitalized. See, this one doesn't. See the difference when you're searching the search engine, like which one is easier to read? This one is easier to read than this one, in my opinion. Okay. So normally I'll capitalize it. We want 55 characters or less, including spaces. Meta description. This is 166 or 166, 155. They keep changing too. I'd say probably 150 now. I'd probably drop this one down because Google keeps changing the character length. They keep making the font bigger in there, and you keep bumping your last words off. So I'd probably say 50, maybe 55 characters top, including spaces. This is 150 characters, including spaces. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's do a sample on the home page. Alright, so we'll do it like this so it's easy to see. We'll say the main keyword's green, variation keyword's yellow. So we're going to call this the target keyword. Alright, we're going to use the target keyword one time in the title tag. Title tags are short. 50 characters is like 5 words. If you can find a variation keyword that works with it, which we'll talk about in a second, do it. But you want to focus, number one, on making sense. And also, like, actually don't just try to rank for a keyword that's not relevant to your page. You need to rank. Everything has to be based around user experience, or else people just come to your website and leave. So we don't want to, like, say for example, the cheap gym clothes. We don't want to target that. People are looking for cheap stuff. This particular site's not selling cheap stuff, so it's just, even if we rank for it, it's a waste of traffic and people come to your website and leave. It's just not good. Okay, so the meta description, we want to use the target one time. Okay, this is no concrete rules or anything. This is just try to make it work. Like, if you can't fit the variation keyword in there, it's not the end of the world. Alright, so say we pick... Alright, so say we're going to pick keywords. Just for the homepage example. I usually go through and highlight the ones I use. You kind of got to think about these too, because when you write a title tag, it's almost like figuring out a puzzle. You have to get the words in the right order that makes sense and also fit. So, well, this one's kind of easy because fitness apparel is in the brand name. So what I would probably do, sometimes I'll look at the competition too and see what they're doing, just to get an idea. Like, see, Alpha Clothing. Yeah, I don't like how they did it, but you'll notice they got fitness apparel, gym clothing, probably going after bodybuilding. Yeah, bodybuilding clothing here also. That's weird that they see this ... in their meta description. Now, some sites will just pull the meta description from your body content. I'm guessing that's what's going on here. No, it's not, because it's not in their body content. Okay. So anyways, they're just doing it. Some places will just do comma, comma, comma. I don't like that. It looks like crap. But it's working for them, too. I mean, they're doing well, so you can't say anything bad about that. First, let's pull in gym clothes. Okay, so what we're going to do, title. Alright, Jim Warfare Fearless. Trying to think what to write. Michael Ponce asks, what's a reasonable price to pay for SEO optimization? I coach wrestling and one of my assistant coaches graduated with a marketing degree from Penn State. He is helpful but always busy. The price, I don't know. You got to shop around. Some companies charge thousands, like $10,000 a month. Some guys will do it for cheap. I don't know how to answer that question on that. Ideally, learn it. Learn it. If it's just a hobby site, start tweaking around and seeing if you can figure it out on your own. That costs you $0. And then just try to scale it from there. But for paying someone, I mean, you can pay someone over in... put it this way, you're going to get what you pay for. So, depending on what you want to do there. Okay. Sometimes it'll take me an hour just to come up with these sometimes. But just for example purposes, let me see here. Like for example purposes, this one's not the best. Let's make sure we spell it right. Fearless. Alright, so if we look here, we got gym clothes, we got variation, fitness apparel. 49 characters, so we're one under, so that's perfect. Meta description. Let's say, what are these guys writing? Design USA Alpha clothes. That's fine. Okay, we'll say alright, now check this out. Gym clothes for men is 2,400 search volume. Gym clothes, here I'll highlight this one down here. We'll do a different color. Gym clothes for men, 2,400. Gym clothes is 6,600. So if we were to write gym clothes for men, say in the title, which we're not going to do it on this page, but just for an example, aren't we hitting two keywords at the same time? Like it's the same word, gym clothes is gym clothes. Because keywords are, all they are words. Like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, we got to hit keywords, all this. Gym clothes and gym clothes for men could potentially rank for, or you're targeting two separate phrases. Gym clothes for men just happens to have gym clothes in it. So that's what I mean, like when you're looking at it kind of like a puzzle. Sometimes you can kill two birds with one stone. All right, so here's a broad one. Like we may want to. We'll just stick with 2 for now. Okay, so. I hate writing cheesy content here. I can't think of it on the fly that quick. Okay, so buy quality gym. Yeah, that's crappy meta description. Let me think. Yeah, I'll probably toss this workout apparel. Offers. Okay, so it's not the best. Normally I get a content writer to write the content for me, or I sit and think about it for a long time. But if you notice here for this example, we have gym clothes, fitness apparel, and we'll just say we tossed another one in workout apparel. Alright, so we use that. Okay, and then normally we have the H1, which is, let's see where your H1's at. H1 is just a code. So that's weird, your logo's in an H1. Okay, yeah, this isn't good too. We usually only want one H1 tag. It's a header 1 per page. It looks like every product on the page, see how it's 5 out of 18 is an H1. Normally we want them in H2 or 3. Yeah, that's your logo. Yeah, logos, I don't know why that's in an H1. Alright, so we don't have a true H1 serving the purpose that we want. I would definitely, we'll mark that down. Let's put that down here. Okay. Alright, so for example, we don't have one. So normally the H1, if we're targeting, I would just normally I just toss in the main keyword in the H1, but this works for this page. So we got gym clothes from Fearless Fitness Apparel. And then we got body content. We don't really have any content here to pull from. But we'll write body content, yeah, like Spike was saying before, toss the keyword in. Say 3 to 4 times. You don't want to be plugging it in so it reads unnatural. So just, do what feels right and it's good user experience, but try to get the keyword in. Now the thing is too, you need to be particular on singular, plural, like we saw in keyword research. Like you don't want to, and it's tough sometimes too because you have to get it. This one's not going to be hard, but some keywords are really tough to work in and have them read naturally. So say for example, so we would target, this would be the homepage example. Let's pick a landing page. Just trying to organize this mess a little bit here. Let's pull this to the top. Okay, so, alright, so say we go to men's. Let's see what's currently on there. Men's, it just says men's, period. Like all these symbols are an apostrophe, and that's a dash. So it says men's fearless fitness. Doesn't even have apparel at the end. Okay, so this is a perfect example for. Let's see what keywords there are for men. Okay, we got men's gym clothes for men, men's fitness apparel. I think here. Hey Brandon, what do you think on this? Gym clothes for men or men's fitness apparel? I mean, you're talking 2,400 volume for gym clothes, but I don't know your niche that well to know if people are talking about gym clothes as your kind of stuff or just gym clothes in general. Because me personally, let me think. Okay, we got the men's page. Selling t-shirts. Oh, that's why baseball's in some people's keywords. Okay, yeah, Brandon said fitness apparel is more specific. Now then we're going to look at, just out of curiosity, let's see. All right, men's fitness apparel, 33,000. Gym clothes for men, 246,000. Okay, sold. Men's fitness apparel, it is. So we're going to grab this URL. Title, Meta, one body. I'm going to guess there's no content on the body on this page either. Nope. So normally what you could do is toss body content underneath the fold. And you know what too? Judging on user experience, what you got when you're looking at a website, this is called, I think I just lost the stream, I'm back though. Let me know if you guys can hear me again. Just put something in the chat so I know. But anyways, I noticed here I was just scrolling, just messing around to see. And this men's right here is in black text, so you can't see it. Whoops, share chat. Okay, so you guys can hear? Okay, great. Okay, so what I was saying was, this, when I'm looking at a website, think about when you're looking at a website. If you want to, here, we'll look at this guy, see what he does. Hate to keep jumping back to the same guy who's using Shopify. It's probably the same setup. Now here's an example though. Okay, here's the fold. So if we look at our website, we have all this stuff up at the top, which is fine, but it's not really a call to action. We have all this right here from here. Here, let's draw it so you can see. Okay, here's what I see. I see this, dead space. This, dead space. This picture, kind of unnecessary. So I would probably think about, for user experience and to get a better conversion rate, definitely doing something about this black bar at the top. This white space is just wasted. In this picture, I mean, the dude looks kind of cool, but I would prefer to have our products at the top. Like this site here. You go in, you see the products here already. Let's see what another competitor does. Say we go to men's. Alright, products. This is what I'm talking about here, because there's still a little bit of dead space, but not really. This one. Alright, same thing, products. Right, actually, he has very little waste of space here. Okay, so then we look at this site. We come directly to the shirts page. We come here. This is what we see. Like if someone's looking at this or lands right on here from a glance, you may have a little bit higher bounce rate because they don't know you're selling something. Or, well, I guess they would, but it just, I wouldn't do it that way. Also, this quick view's not working. So what I think about is putting that up. But anyways, we'll get back to the content. I would move products up to the top. And I don't know if I glitched out when I was talking about it, but this right here is above the fold. Everything you can see on your screen. If you have to scroll down, that's below the fold. So I'd probably move the products to the top and then put content below the fold, probably down here. So it doesn't hurt your user experience, but the content's still there. And if people want to read it, they can. But when they pop on your page, they would see something like this. You can definitely tell that this page is selling clothing. Alright, so if we're going to optimize this page here, focus on men's fitness apparel, because this is the men's page. Now if you notice here too, here's an example. We were talking about this earlier. It's just talking about broad keywords. Homepage is talking about fitness apparel, gym clothes, which we may revise in the future too if gym's too broad, but we're going to leave it for now. So fitness apparel is broad on a homepage. On this page, we're going to target men's fitness apparel. Oh. It looks like you tried putting some content in there. Yeah, I'd just do it a little bit different and add a H1 tag. So on this page we got t-shirts, tanks, joggers, baseball tees, snapbacks. Let's try to see what we want to target here. So we got fitness shirts. This page is the men's, so we're not going to target that on this page. Let's grab it though, so we have it. So we got men's fitness apparel. Trying to think what other phrase. We can use here. I would think about using this one. Just because like men's joggers, sweatpants, we're going to use on the pants page, or we may use, I'm not sure yet. Another thing, if you're using SEM Rush, you get the phrase match keywords on the left. Yeah, whoops. And then related keywords, so it will give you different variations. So if you view full report, sometimes you'll get ideas here if you're stumped. So let's see what we got. Hey, Brandon, how about workout clothes? It's kind of competitive. Is that relevant? Like you'll find he said that's not bad either, better than gym clothes. The more you look, you'll find different phrases that are relevant to what you're trying to do. Okay, so let's scroll through here real quick. I'm taking too long on you guys. Those are crazy pants there. Alright, so gym apparel. This guy's ranking number 5. This is the boring part I was talking about, guys. Men's workout pants, bottom, men's apparel. Spike. Okay, Brandon. So if you had to choose, what's going to be more relevant here? We have for secondary workout clothes, men's workout clothes, gym apparel. think we're going to go with... We already have apparel here. It's a gym apparel. If we do... Alright, we're just going to do this for an example. I don't like it, but a lot of times you don't have to use a variation keyword either. I was just trying to get creative and get too into it. Sometimes you don't want to overthink. So like you could even, okay, say scratch this variation keyword for now. Men's fitness apparel from Fearless. Okay, now normally I don't want fitness apparel twice in the title tag because you're the same word 2 times in the same sentence. But we're gonna do it now. Just I don't want to leave you guys sitting here for a half hour and watch me stare at my screen. Okay, so like meta description, we might write something like buy comfortable men's fitness apparel to be styling at the gym. Fearless. See what we got on this page. I wonder what ranks better, T-shirt or TEE shirt? Word related, I want phrase. Alright, T-shirts, so let's look here. Yeah, T space shirts. T-shirt design is higher. Custom T-shirts is higher. Yeah, big difference. Okay, so we got T-shirt, tanks, joggers. That's broad. Let's see what we're at. Alright, so I'm looking here to see where our word count is. So we're at 108, we got like 40 characters left. So we'll toss in jogger pants. Baseball tees is very broad. I think I might be wrong, but I think someone looking for a baseball tee could also be searching for like the Pirates, baseball teams. I don't know what a snapback is. Guessing it's a hat. A lot of people searching for him. Yeah, it's a hat. I don't see any hats on here. Might be out of stock. Okay, so anyways, we're just gonna move on here. And snapbacks. Okay, so as you can see, if you're going to start working on your website or doing keyword research, I mean, allot yourself like a good 5 or 10 hours for keyword research. And then content rating's a bear. Allow yourself a good amount of time on there also. So then you have H1 men's fitness apparel. Normally, I just toss the target keyword into the H1 just because it should be extremely relevant for what you have on a page. I mean, that's the target keyword you're picking. This page is about men's fitness apparel. The goal is if someone types in fitness apparel, they go to our homepage, if we can get there to rank. And then if they type in men's fitness apparel, they'll go directly to our men's page. And normally, what I would do here too is, you normally want this in your URL. I forgot to put that up here in the document, but normally I want the keyword as the page URL. So you have men's fitness apparel, you have it here, you have it here, you have it here. So whenever they're crawling the site, you don't want to keyword stuff, which means just tossing keywords all in the page and having it read like crap just to get them in there. It has to be relevant, but that is what this page is about. This page is about men's fitness apparel. So, in my opinion, we're doing what the search engine wants. They want relevant results. And then the body content, you'll just write a bunch of, like, write about your shirts. Why would people want your shirts here? You know? So anyways, then we'll go one more level in and we're probably going to be done with the content writing because it makes my head hurt. But okay, we got Fearless, box tee, black, white t-shirt. Okay, so it looks like they're just tossing in. Wow, look at that URL. I would definitely look into Shopify and see, like, I would probably structure this, have your website, get rid of the collections. When you go to the men's page, it would just say your website /men's, and then I would probably get rid of products. So it would say, it would be like this. Like, I would probably, it says copy in the front there. We don't want that either. So I'd probably, if you can get this configured properly, have, let's see what this is. Fearless box tee. Alright, so I would probably change that URL from something like this to something nice and clean like this. You tell exactly what it is. The homepage, men's, and it has the product. Now this also helps you too because you have men's t-shirt or fitness apparel, whatever we want, but it's all in the URL too. So say we're doing the, let's do this. This could be the last page on this stuff for now. Box t-shirt. Hey Spike, guys, how do you deal with that link given you're forced to work with what Shopify gives you? Well, I would change it. I would figure it out. Depending, you can. I know there's a way to figure that out because all those sites don't have. Let me look here. Yeah, see, like them. Well, theirs is cleaner, but it still has products and collections. Let me see if he's using Shopify. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I don't know. Boy, that one's nasty too. I would do it very carefully. How about that? I don't know, because I don't get into the development. I would figure it out, though, because I know there's got to be a way. Well, there's definitely a way, because this person's is a lot cleaner. And they're on Shopify, too. There's definitely a way. I don't know. I could figure it out, but I don't know right off the top of my head. So what I would do, just on products, normally what I'll do is I'll just toss in the it's pretty big. Fearless Box t-shirt. Instead of doing dashes, I like doing these lines up. It doesn't really matter, it just breaks it up. Let me see what the rest of your products are. I'm kind of doing this on the fly because I wanted you guys to see the process I go through. But like for this, normally I'll toss in a product name. You have multiple products named the same thing. See, like Fearless Box Tee. You could actually merge these together. Well, no, I guess keep them separate. If they're going to be unique, if they're duplicate, I'll bet you these are duplicate right here. Let's see here. There you go, Dink. You come into the... Hey, Spike, to answer your question on the URLs would generally be done with the HD access file with redirect rules. So, guessing you'd probably... Is it a 301 redirect, Dinky? Yeah, I agree. Shopify does probably have an easy way. Okay, yeah, these are duplicate content. Actually, I have it twice in here. Up here in the highlight and down here. So for these, I would probably, you can name them whatever you want. I'd probably, like sometimes you want to strategically name your stuff too. But these are both the same duplicate pages. Yeah, that needs addressed. Yeah, duplicate content definitely needs addressed here. But just so you know, normally what I would do is I would do it like this. I'll just put it like this. Product name for products, and then if you have space, since your URL has, and you're trying to brand, you put your brand here. So this would be box t-shirt. Something like that. You got a little bit of extra play too, so if you're doing something like that, think about it, because you don't want to waste. That's good real estate there. You only have 36 out of 50. You got space. Then normally I'll write a product description. Like I would write a product or a meta description. And put the product name in there along with the brand. You just have to figure out what you want to write and how to merge it in there. And then product names will obviously give you the H1 because that's what the page is about. And then you want to have a product description too, like yours here. Well, actually, this looks like this might be pulled from my feed or something too. Because see that ... Cut your sentence right off. So normally what I'll write here, think about you're the buyer. What do you want to read? What makes this different from every other t-shirt? You know what I mean? And same thing down here. Make your stuff stand out in unique content. I know content's a pain in the ass just because you got to write it or you're going to pay someone to do it, but it's very important. Okay, Dinky said usually 301. Yes, you can Google HD access and rewrite rules to get an idea. Yeah, any of those kind of questions too. Google's great. It's a system that you actually just type in a question and it gives you the answer. But yeah, there's almost definitely a way to fix this. That's a very common thing and pretty important. All right, so I'm going to run down. I made just a little checklist of things I wanted to go on. So we talked about titles, they need addressed. Meta descriptions. Where's got put addressed? The code. I would probably look at trying to shorten the code by removing the quick. What do they call it? Quick view. Oh, tracking. We didn't even talk about this yet. Okay, so, all right, check this out. I just have a plugin. You can put one on. It's Facebook Pixel Helper. Almost everyone that has a website should be remarketing on Facebook. What that means is someone comes to your website, they see your website, they come and they leave. The Facebook Pixel will build an audience of people that have been on your website and put your ads in front of them. So say, for example, I'm on this website right now. I come on here, I'm still in my shop mode, not ready to buy yet. I leave the website, didn't purchase, it'll drop ads on me for the next 30 or 60 days, however long I set it up to, so that I'm constantly top of mind or I'm seeing your ads, and it's keeping on top of mind, so when I'm ready to purchase, I'm seeing you every day, and now you're branded in my brain. Now, here I see Facebook Pixel errors, so there's errors. And I talked with Brandon earlier, too. In Facebook, you want to set up tracking. Let me look here. Let's look at the home page. And this is just a plugin for Google Chrome. It's called Facebook Pixel Helper. Alright, so here's 2 Facebook Pixel IDs. I'm guessing one of them's a conversion, or you're tracking conversion, or you're tracking something. They both shouldn't be on your homepage. Normally, like if this is your tracking conversion, or you set up conversions in Facebook, it has to be on the last page after checkout. So say, for example, if you have your tracking conversion on every page of your website, every single person that comes to your website is going to show as a conversion, and you don't know what's working and what doesn't. What you want to track is how many people come to your website, how many people added a cart, and how many people actually gave you money. Because then you can find out what's working and what's not. So say for example, if you track, just for an even number, 1,000 people came to your website, 250 added a product to your cart, and only 25 bought, you know you have a problem between the add to cart button and the give me your money button. So you can now address, because you were tracking, you know where the drop off was. Also, you can track for, say you have organic traffic, or you have social traffic, stuff like that. If you know, say you're doing pay-per-click, if I know every $10 I spend gets me a sale for fitness apparel, and I make $25 a sale, that means I'm $15 ahead. I'll spend as much money as I can afford to turn 10 into 25 if I know that keyword's working. But say we're targeting gym clothes, and we know it costs us $40 per conversion to make a sale of $25. We're losing $15. Since we're tracking it, we know turn off gym clothing, put more money into fitness apparel. You need to have tracking set up. It's super, super, super important. Yeah, I know, Spike, you're right. The new Facebook Pixel does everything with one pixel now. Yeah, so normally right inside of Facebook marketing, you can put your pixel and it'll have a conversion. You just put the URL. It might be /thank you or whatever it is, whatever URL there. But that needs addressed. But anyways, talking about conversions, we also did set up today. Let's refresh. This is Google Analytics here. Let me run you through this quick. Okay, so we just set this up today. If you want to set up conversions on your website, in Analytics, go to Admin, go to Goals, I went to the wrong one. Alright, so this is for the e-commerce tracking. You go to Admin, e-commerce settings, turn the status on, click Next. In Shopify, it's real easy. Like, we don't have to put anything crazy in there. I could have sworn, normally I'll put goals in here too. I don't know why it's not populating. But normally we'll put the thank you pages in checkout. And then the e-commerce. But what we're trying to do here is we need analytics will show you all kinds of stuff. It shows you who's on your website right now, where they're located. It's crazy. But say for example for tracking, if we know today, just look at today, yeah, it is today. Okay, so we know, and Shopify's weird too. It's weird because they have the checkout.shopify. It doesn't have your actual URL. But this is showing us we don't know where the traffic came from. But we got Facebook, Google organic. So if we're looking in here, we see Google organic's crushing it. Or even better yet, say we're doing pay-per-click or Facebook ads and they're crushing it. Say we have Facebook ads is getting like a 10% conversion, Google pay-per-click's getting a 1. We know, okay, we may want to look at Facebook putting more money into there and turning down the budget on Google pay-per-click. Only way you can tell that stuff is you have to have the tracking set up, or else you don't know what's making you money and what's costing you too much. Okay, so we're tracking. Facebook tracking needs addressed. Tracking every page as a conversion. Need to only track the thank you page. Okay, so we're putting here on the Facebook. We may want to track add to carts too. I don't know, but I know we definitely want to track the thank you page. That means did someone bought, and then we can see which ad converted and look further into it. Duplicate content needs addressed. Need addressed. We're not even going to put a recommendation for now. Homepage, duplicate content. It is canonical, so it's fine. I would probably do a 301, but it's not hurting anything. Page speed needs addressed. URL structure needs addressed. See audit. And I'll take this audit after we're off, and probably tomorrow morning, and put it into like a readable order with detailed instructions on what to fix for you, Brandon. URL needs addressed. Analytics, e-commerce tracking is okay. Body content, we already talked about that. SSL certificate is HTTPS. It's showing your site secure. Your site does look fine. You have the green master lock or whatever you want to call it. It's on every page. Normally, some sites will only have the SSL or HTTPS up there on the checkout. Normally, I recommend do it site-wide. Google's supposedly given preference to the HTTPS. But then you have to look at, too, if you remove the S, a lot of websites will have HTTP, and they'll show there also. That's same as having duplicate content there. Oh, crawling issues. I ran something earlier today, too. Let me look. Yeah, I did. Okay, crawling issues. I take these crawlers with a grain of salt. They're kind of like a good way to look at a site quickly, but I don't use them much. But I did notice when I ran it through here, it's showing 429 HTTP code. I think that's a server response code. Oh, Christian, that's just Google Analytics. Yeah, Christian asked, I missed what you used in order to track who brings the business. What was it? That's just Google Analytics. You should have that on your website. It tracks all your traffic. And Spike Canonical is, say on your homepage, say we're in the www version, which is not the version we have indexed. It's this code right here that says link canonical, and it tells Google which version we want them to respect, pretty much. So we don't have duplicate content there. Okay, crawling issues. We have the 429. Let's look here. Yeah, it's all 429. I'm pretty sure a 429 code is a server response timeout. Yeah, too many requests. So that should be something to address with Shopify. I've seen it in multiple Shopifys, so it may be an issue. I don't really know. We'd have to dive into that a little further. Okay, let's see. Warnings. Okay, 64 internal links contain a no-follow attribute. What that means is there's a code that tells Google, don't follow this page to the next. Don't pass page rank. And in here we have them, but that's fine. We don't want them going to your account page, your cart page. Yeah, that's where they're all going. So I would say I don't see any major issues. I'd try to check. Yeah, duplicate content we already talked about. Meta descriptions. Internal links broken. See the warnings. Don't have language declared. Yeah, put your language. Let's see here. Language declaration. I usually put this up in a header. I don't know if it makes too big a difference or not. Let me see if I can find. Oh, by the way, I just saw a website. If you guys are looking for any information on SEO, Moz has an awesome blog. Yeah, see, normally we're going to want to put the language in here. It'll be like en.us or -us. We usually want the language code in a website just saying it's in English or whatever it is. Crawling issues. Yeah, I'll put needs address. Doesn't really address 429 response. No index. Normally I'll put down at the bottom, I don't see it here, normally down in this section, I'd put a privacy policy and terms and conditions. Talk with an attorney or you look online. Normally I'll put them down there though just because you are taking data. Like Facebook, it's a cookie. So you kind of need to tell people. And normally, the reason I thought about it is normally I no index them. What that is we put a tag on the page that says no index because we don't want those pages indexed. But we have them there for just for the user, not the search engine. We don't want them popping up in search. Schema, I'm pretty sure Shopify populates them in. Let me see if we have a... yeah, we'll look at this one. Alright, so what schema is the schema code? I'll show you. Alright, so schema code is what's going to populate these stars. So once you get a vote, I'll show you the code in here. And just a side note too, definitely get these addressed because this page right here, check this out, I'll bet you. See, same page. I don't know why it's popping that up in there though. Because this page, without that question mark variant, is what's populating in the search engine. Okay, so here's the schema rating. Like there's all kind of different schemas that you can put in here. It's a way to tell Google, and it looks like they're going more towards this because they're going artificial intelligence and having less manual people doing things. But this tells it right here, the rating, this product, average ratings is a 5, best is a 5, worst is a 5, or 1. And then it tells us, based on one review, you guys, let's see here. Yeah, you have a 5, but so we got schema, we have your organization, breadcrumb, item. So it lets you put in the property. So say for example your schema list item is the product. And then there's the URL. Offer, price currency, US dollars, availability, it's in stock, the product price, $28. That allows them to pull your stuff into the search engine. Like sometimes it will pop in your price here, like right here, $26 in stock. That's from your schema code. Which Shopify does a good job on that. You don't really have to do much. Other websites, you have to manually do it. So we'll put no issues. Let me see if there's any big issues before. Robots.txt is maybe what's causing the issue for Googlebot crawling. You're telling Google, I don't know if you put these in here or if Shopify put them in. I'm guessing that Shopify did, but every single one of these pages, this page is telling Google or the crawlers, do not crawl admin, cart, orders, checkout, which is normal. But some of the pages, let's see here. One of them is blocking the crawler. But anyways, in a nutshell, the robots.txt is telling you put in there your sitemap, plus also any pages you don't want crawled. Or you can no index them. I prefer to put a no index tag on the page versus using the sitemap. Number one, I don't want to accidentally exclude something. Number two, who's to say Google, I think it's just better having a no index tag so they see it's not to be indexed when they're crawling it, rather than making the bot go to your robots.txt file and then hoping that they see it and then relay the message over to not index a page. Remarketing is huge. This needs addressed. I would recommend remarketing for almost everyone. We want to address the tracking so we can see if it actually makes money or not. Oh, raffles. Wanted to talk about that too. With SEO, we haven't even got through all the on-page yet, but I'm probably going to call it quits here soon. With SEO, you have on-page SEO. That's on your actual website, optimizing it and making it relevant for search engines and users. Then you have off-page, which people call like black hat, gray hat, white hat SEO. Black hat is spammy crap like blog comments, like artificially sending links to your website in the lowest form, pretty much spamming them to try to build your authority. Gray hat is still trying to manipulate the search engine, but you're using quality content to build links to your website. White hat is totally natural. Say, for example, social media. You can't fake social links. Just because it's a manual person had to see whatever that link is and put it to your website, and they spread. So social is getting pretty big right now, but one way to do social is also raffles. So you can set up raffles with different giveaways. If you have a strong social media offer and also a good prize, you do a raffle. In exchange, there's different services you can use like Gleam, places like that. But what it is you put a raffle, and in turn for someone entering your raffle, they put a link on their Twitter page or a shout out to you on your Facebook page, different things like that. And what it does, it snowballs your raffle, spreads it, and also sends a bunch of links to your page, which helps your authority there. Highly recommend them. I highly recommend those. My brother showed me this service. It's called Gleam.io. Let's see an example. So say we're doing a Facebook, we would make a blog post, put this in an iframe, this is our raffle, we'd send our traffic there, and if we want to enter using Facebook, we just press the button. Done. Tell us, refer friends. And the nice thing about this is, say on, let's say, we want to do Twitter. You can customize these so you can make people, but here's what it is, like follow Gleam, we can tweet on Twitter. So someone comes to this page to enter your raffle, they need to tweet something on Twitter. Normally, people are never going to do that because you have to then leave, go to Twitter, put it on there, and then come back, see if it's registered. Right here, you just click the button. It just tweeted on my Twitter page. Whatever I don't even know what they have in here. So say, for example, retweet something, 8 ways we grow our product with good customer experience. Click the button. It just retweeted on my Twitter page that quick. And most people don't even realize that's what's happening. But they just got a link from my Twitter page to their website. If this is live, it might just be for exclamation or example purposes. But yeah, highly recommend those, which we could talk about those before. We did go through Google Webmasters. Okay. Bing Webmasters, guessing you don't have it set up. I usually still set up Bing Webmasters, even though Bing's not really a player. You might as well set it up because there is traffic and that traffic does buy. XML sitemaps, okay. Images need work. Also, I'm gonna guess your alt tags are probably blank. Maybe not though. Okay, so what you have here, you have an image and then an alt tag. Image name, those are currency. Let's get down to let's go to a product. Oh, why do they have all these in here? Yeah, Japan. I'm not sure why those... You could probably pull them out. I don't think... Let me show you. Like this Great Britain, Japan currency, like the countries, Australia, unless you're doing national stuff. I don't see it's visible on the website. Unless I'm missing it. But I see no reason to have pictures of flags on your website. Like US dollars has a... I mean... I don't know. I'd normally pull them off. I like keeping the code clean. If you can get it off there. But... Okay, yeah, you do have... Okay, this is an alt tag. What we're going to do... Here's what an image alt tag is per Google. And an example. So say you have your image, puppy.jpg, image alt tags, blank, which we probably have some on here. Yeah, like right here is blank. Just they're all blank. So what the purpose of an image alt tag is, it's for the image search. Where did that go? So say for example, if we have a t-shirt, for an example, we would name it t-shirt.jpg. Image alt tag is a broader version describing what that actual image is. So it might be men's black t-shirt. So image name might be t-shirt black or whatever you want it to be. Alt tag, like in this example, puppy.jpg is the image name. Alt tag is describing Dalmatian puppy playing fetch. So what that does, it pops you into the Google image search. Because what it is, Google can't read your images, so you have to describe them. Because they can't see what an image is, they can just see the name. So they also said avoid crap like this, like just tossing all kinds of keywords in there. Just make it real descriptive, short and sweet. So your image alt tags aren't going to be bad. I mean, you at least have them in there. A lot of people don't. It's not huge though. I mean, it's I would fix them, but it's not going to make or break your site there. I would say address, image, alt tags. Social description. Normally, you need to look at your, okay, you have a meta description. That's for the search engine. You have an OG description. That's for Facebook. You have a Twitter description. That's for Twitter. You need to look at, well, this one's crazy. Okay. Yeah, this needs addressed too. That's way too long for Twitter. If you notice, yeah, there's a ton of stuff, which is probably just pulling from the site. That's fine, but just address it. Point I'm making, though, is you need to write, for social, a Twitter description is a different type of audience than a Facebook audience. And a Facebook audience is different than someone searching in Google. So some people will just write this, take their meta description and populate them into Facebook and Twitter. Think about when you're on Twitter. It's a whole different audience, 140 characters. It's just a different type of thing. Write for the audience for each one. So I'm going to put needs addressed. For the audience of the platform. Okay, breadcrumbs. This is the breadcrumb right here. The breadcrumb, the home and men's. It shows you where you're at on the website. So like if we go to a product, it should be, yeah, home, headwear. Yeah, those are fine. Shopify is usually going to have that stuff all set up for you. You don't really have to address it. This dead space, so yeah, there's your black text too. It needs addressed. I'm going to put no issues. No index. We're going to put no issues. I didn't see any no index page that we want in there. I think we talked about this here. Line 13. Let's check out, see if you have a custom 404 page. Okay, normally what I'll do on your 404 page is 404 page is a page that someone just went to by accident, typed in something wrong, or it's a dead link. Normally what we want to do is customize your 404 page to try to retain people on the website. So I would probably put, I don't know what I'd put here. I'd probably just have your products, your main products in this section to try to retain someone. Say, sorry, the page isn't found. How are you interested in these products? To try to keep them from just leaving. Okay. Alright, that's about all I'm going to go into tonight. I'm info dumping on you and covered a bunch of stuff. I feel my head starting to hurt. Do you guys have any questions before we go here? Hey Brandon, too, did that help you? I know it's a pretty much info dump, but do you think that's going to be some things that you can kind of implement and understand what to do? Yeah, Christian. Yeah, I think YouTube. He wanted to know if this video is going to be available afterwards. I think YouTube records it, so I don't know. It'll probably be available tomorrow or something on the YouTube channel. All right, well, I don't see any questions in the chat, so I think we're going to leave it at that tonight. And you guys know how to find me if you got any questions. But as I said, normally I'll spend 10 or 15 hours auditing a website, really sitting down. I was kind of rushing through some of the stuff just to get through everything, so at least the people that didn't understand SEO know what it is, and you can look at different things on your website. So I kind of wanted to touch each type of different issue you can have, which this is probably only the tip of the iceberg here. So hey, well, thanks guys, and I will Christian, yeah, please post a link on the Academy status. I don't know if I'll post a link in there. I don't know. I can check with the guys. I don't want to spam in there. I think the link that came to this channel can probably get you to it if where it uploads. All right, guys. Hey, well, thanks. Keep it real, man. And girls, huh?